Well, here's the deal. Went to Seminole, got back from Seminole, had to go to the Classic immediately, within like 3 days. That's immediate for me. Been home like 4 days in March. Got back from Seminole, holy buckets. Turned the heater on in the shop and it's hot. Jeez, no thank you. Holy crap. Get that out of here. Whew, let's step back out here for a second. Anyways, like I was saying, went to Seminole, got back home from Seminole, turned around, went to the Bassmasters Classic. On the Sunday of the Classic, flew home, drove home, not flew home, drove home to Nashville, met my family there, got on an airplane, went to Orlando, did Universal, Disney World in like 3 or 4 days, got home at 1 this morning, leave for Grand tomorrow. This is the Friday before Grand practice starts on Sunday. Have not touched my boat since Seminole. Have not even started to rig up. It's about lunchtime. Goose thinks it's time to get some crap going. So we're gonna walk into this hot shop. I came and turned the heat on it. Oh my God. We got it frothy in here. Got a Tackle Warehouse package that I ordered yesterday. Got it in, got it ripping and rolling. So here we go. The grand plan, we're gonna call this one. The grand plan. Gonna take y'all through my unloading, loading, and my game plan before practice starts. Before the traveling circus. This is pre-circus. As always, I got some really good help down here. Hit them again. Okay. Yeah. Can't get entertainment like that anywhere else when you're rigging for an FLW Tour event. Got Goose in here doing what Goose does. Ryder D over here playing the drums. We're fixing to get in this boat. Just see what we can take out of it and put back in it over and over and over and over and over and over and over. So getting in here in this hatch, this is where all the magic happens, as they say. This is all my boxes, where everything goes, and some of it's gonna have to come out. I got my frog box in there. It's definitely gonna have to come out. Might take a box of swim jigs out. Not real sure how much swim jigging I'll be doing. Tackle Titan's still loaded up with a lot of stuff that I was slinging down there, and actually slinging from Toho too, but bag of jig trailers that'll go in there, some swim baits. But this is just kind of a mass collection of crap that I have been throwing. That right there is what I got paid on. 3 of my best fish came on it anyways at Seminole. Little jackhammer, 3/8 ounce jackhammer, little Zaco trailer or whatever they call that thing. Gary Yamamoto charges too much for them, whatever it is. Basically, that's a $75 bait right there, all the way around. But it was worth it. But lots gonna have to come out. Lots gonna have to go in. I got a lot of little crankbaits I'm gonna put in, little sneaky cold water crankbaits. But here we go. Let's see what we can take out, what damage we can do. I lied. I did go fishing one day when I got home, and I went to a state lake and threw some of these TWRA, Tennessee State Lake, and threw some big swim baits, but tried to catch a great big one, but didn't catch any. That's why you haven't seen pictures or video. All right, here we go. Grand plan. So another really big part of loading and unloading the boat starts in the truck, and you can see super organized. This is from the last like 3 weeks on the road. Still had a lot of this is a big milk crate full of Florida crap that I carry around. This little baits that actually Terry Scroggins poured for me years ago that I flipped down there, some different things. Saw my big crankbaits, they're stowed away. A lot of my big plugs. Got another tote that's got some jigs in it. Got my line in here. Just fixing to get some stuff out to load up. I got a couple jig boxes, football jig box that's missing. Hopefully it's in that tote right there. But it's always madness, and we'll put it all back together before the day's over. But I think it's always good to start all over and know where everything is at before you leave home. I got a lot of, like a case of spilled water in there. There's a lot of crap going on in this truck, but actually kind of stressing now that I opened it more than I was. Got the trailer park. All them jig trailers in there. Boat covers. That's about 50 million Cincos. Not good. Goose is just straight up helping now. Found a football jig box. This bad boy could be a player. Shad wraps. So we got those in the boat. Bunch of spinnerbait blades for some reason. Randomly thrown in here. Whole box of other jigs. And yeah. Little compact jigs. Look, that's gonna get us going right there. Goose, what do you think? Alright, he's excited. Let's go. Spinnerbait box could get some play this week. Make sure we got it in there. I'm thinking jig, spinnerbait, C6, some lipless. Maybe that's it. I don't know. Dirty, cold, water, rocks, docks. Maybe a jerkbait. But bread and butter, meat and potatoes. I like it. So I'm loading up my jerkbait box here, and something I ordered from Tackle Warehouse. Even though I'm sponsored by 6 Cents, I could call Mr. Casey up and get some of these. I didn't do that in time, so I overnighted these from Tackle Warehouse. Something that's been on my brain. It's a red 6 Cents Provoke jerkbait, little orangish chartreuse on the other side. This is called ditchweed, and it's a color that they throw a lot around the Ozarks. I work out there for TH a lot around the Lake of the Ozarks, Table Rock Lake, and this is in every tackle store. And I've never thrown a red jerkbait. Never. Never, ever, ever, ever. Grant's had a lot of rain. I think it could be dirty. So, gonna try this. See what happens. Called ditchweed. I don't know where Casey comes up with his colors, but ditchweed. Pretty crazy. We're gonna tie one on. See what happens at Grand the first morning of practice. But Provoke 106. So here's a part that I haven't done yet. And that's tackle this right here. It's the mess that is this rod locker after Seminole. Crap thrown everywhere. Gonna be some rods I'm not gonna need at Grand. Probably some flipping sticks, you know, my punching stuff. Got loose rod sleeves. Got a few rods on the deck from where I went fishing at that state lake the other day, like I was saying earlier, but got to get these out. Got my frog rod in there. Probably not going to need it because the water temperature is going to be about 7 degrees below a cat's butt. But going to get all this stuff out here and start all over, retying, re-rigging, relining a few things like right there. I know right out of the get-go, right there. Big jig on a flipping stick. 80-pound braid, gone. Not going to need that at Grand this week. Maybe in June if the water was in the bushes, but not this week. The only time I've ever been to Grand, I fished as a co-angler, and it was high and in the bushes, in the willow trees. It was one of the most spectacular bass tournaments I've ever been in. This week's probably going to be a little different. But, yeah, you can see some frogs on in there. Some topwaters, 6 Cents Dogma. Probably not going to need that this week. So, got to get everything out of here from the 60-degree water we've had at Toho and Seminole and start all over. So here. The lineup all done. Right here it is. That's what we're going to start practice with Sunday morning. The grand plan. I've got, 5 crankbaits, 4 jigs, 2 jerk baits, a Quake Thud lipless crankbait, a chatterbait, and 2 spinner baits with 2 different style blades. Yes, I'm expecting dirty water. Yes, I'm expecting cold water. Probably going to have to slow down, but I've been to Grand one time before. It's rocky, got bluffs, got a lot of docks, got a lot of brush, things like that. So, I don't know. I'm excited to get out there. It's my style of fishing. I enjoy fishing pattern lakes. I think Grand is a pattern lake. I'm so stoked to not having to be fishing any freaking grass this week. Yeah, tasty little devils right there. Some C6s, some C10s. That red provoke jerkbait ditchweed that we were talking about right there. Got all that going on. Couple ball head jigs, couple bigger jigs. I don't know, just got to feel my way around. I hope that this main lineup of rods turns into about 2 or 3 before tournament time, but that's never the case for me because I'm OCD and I like to have a lot of things out. All right, even got those spinner poles loaded up, one with a shad wrap on them, one for backups just in case. I'm hoping we get to wind on them this week. There it is. Fixing to go right there. The grand plan. Have to watch Traveling Circus to see what happens. Pre-circus grand plan.